Welcome back, family. This video is on after MDMA. Now, these are stories. This is referring back to a point in my life. I don't pick up any drugs anymore. I won't smoke weed. I won't even drink milk. Okay? So, let's understand that I went through the rebel phase where you pick up drugs and you just kind of want to fucking do drugs, right? And you want the high and you want to experience life. You want to expand your consciousness from all these other angles, and you feel like you're on top of the game or like you're ahead of the game because you're not scared to do these things when everyone else will meditate and read their books and do their spirituality based stuff. See, I did these things and it led me to that, and it gave me a deeper understanding of myself. And you'll have your thoughts in your rebellious zone, where rebellious, by rebellious I mean against what cultural norms, right? Like the world's societal norms. So you'll have your own ideas and you'll just kind of want to expand them and blow them up. So I did that, and very quickly it showed me what it does to this world, what it does to the societal world. And in my head, it's cool, like it doesn't matter to me. But at the end of the day, I do think it reflects back a little bit of what I'm being. It reflects it. It kind of does reflect back what I'm being, but not to the T. So I wanted to understand who I was, and I do these things because I wanted to fuel who I was. So I did the drugs I did Molly 5 times, I did acid 10 times, I did Xans twice, shrooms twice, hydromorphs, like I did 10 hydromorph pills or something like that. See, my drug use wasn't extensive. I don't have like a long list of drugs. If you talk to people who have like actually done drugs, it's like kind of just drugs, right? Like it's like I've done some stuff, but I've experienced. The point is that I've experienced the actual drug because I actually understood my body and my life and my mind. So I also did them very young. So I actually held on to the experiences. Actually, I kind of held on to the experiences quite poorly. I don't really remember much. I don't actually try to remember that stuff. That stuff kind of brought me to live in the now, live for what I'm doing. So after I did those things, I didn't really want to remember anything before that. None of that shit actually matters. Like school doesn't matter. None of those thoughts matter. None of that world matters. You don't remember every single thing you do every single day because 99% of the shit you do doesn't matter. So all those drugs brought me to the present moment. I came to the present moment. I wanted to redevelop my memory, redevelop my ability to think. I didn't want to take school's route because school programs you into the system. I want natural living. I got the naturalist label yesterday, but I want the in tune with the universe. See, this system, Babylon, right? This world of non-cipher, this world that isn't, going in a circle, right? Which stops the flow of energy in the world, right? In the world is teaching you. See, Babylon is teaching you to disrespect nature, teaching you to stay out of alignment, right? They want you spawn in, go to the 4th grade, you go to kindergarten, and you're already taught with a pencil and paper to use the blood of the earth to produce fucking thoughts of your own on the blood of the earth, right? See, the only reason I target the drug area still, is because those people have actually blown up their consciousness a little bit, right? Doesn't mean they have useful information or that they'll understand laws of the universe. But it just means that they've had a shot at it. So, you've heard the message. You react how you want to react. So you get taught to basically bathe in the blood of the earth, and the school, like literally everything produced in there is blood of the earth. So you disconnect and you realize this system is based on top of the earth, on nature, right? They couldn't provide. See, even if you sit in the middle of the fucking system, right, just the middle of the system, Earth still provides for you. Every single way you go, the Earth provides for you. Is that right or is that wrong? The Earth provides for you. But people think that you have to live in there to live. You understand you're just going to a higher realm or a deeper understanding of life if you disconnect from there to get back in tune with what you are. Now, how did drugs tie into this? I only had to feed those. I only did those drugs because I was in tune with that system. That system told me chemicals were the way to go. Chemicals, not an external, but like a man-made and artificial source of enjoyment was right. This world said, you can't do these things. It set me up so that it put me in a system so that these things were accessible, so that everybody would come in this circle to discuss their ideas, right, that weren't monitored, and just they thought the stuff that they were completely excluding and wasn't working was just not gonna make it in there. See, just my perspective on it is, when you tell people that they can't do something is when they're gonna want to do it the most. So I'm not gonna tell you, or here, take a look at it like this. When I have say this person has a coal in their hand, and this person has a diamond in their hand. The more the person with the diamond talks about the coal, the tighter they're gonna hold on to the coal. The more the person with the diamond shows off the diamond, the more the coal is gonna want to drop the coal and pick up the diamond. So their system doesn't work. It just doesn't. Most kids do drugs in the system. It just happens. But they tell you just not to do it. They just say it's wrong and they just fucking hate it. And what happens? Kids go deeper towards it. Kids love marijuana. They're actually this system is so wrong that, not so wrong, it's so backwards that kids are fighting it. Kids are fighting it now, right? And the world's fighting it. And the world brings it in together and they say, okay, fuck, we have to give in now. We can't just let it go, right? Like, it's gonna keep coming, it's gonna keep happening, and they're legalizing marijuana. If you haven't already noticed, they're gonna legalize most drugs. Most drugs are gonna get legalized. Acid's gonna be legalized. 100% acid's gonna be legalized. You can say whatever, right? There's places where it's illegal, where they're doing tests, where they're doing studies. What happens when everyone realizes it's just another fucking drug? It doesn't actually fuck you up like they said it did. What about MDMA? They can't control your drug use. They shouldn't be allowed to control what you are, right? I just like to freely think on the camera, so people are going to have their perspective. Like, I saw this picture or this video where there's a moose on the road, and or the deer on the road. What's wrong with the picture? That the deer or the moose is on artificial, like, it's in its natural environment, but we've modified it. We've changed it. And some guy commented on it. This is what happens when you do too much acid. I didn't really think people were so, their consciousness was so, I don't want to say small, but like their understanding was so poor. Is that what the school raises? Is that what the school teaches? point being, when you do all of these things, when you do these drugs, and it gets into your mind, and you have actually blown up your consciousness, you get to sift out all the bullshit, you get to sift out the garbage, it gives you an opportunity. People won't realize that because their consciousness is still sitting small and slow. The school isn't teaching you how to expand your consciousness. The school isn't teaching you how to become one with the world, understand yourself. When I say one with the world, I mean everybody knows you are one with the world, right? Like, are you gonna argue that? Okay, so clearly there is something there. There is an idea there. Well, you are one with the world, okay? So if you're one with the world, and you look at it objectively, most people are dead. Most society is dead. The world is consuming death, right? They are literally eating death, right? They're eating death, so they're a product of death, right? Can you disagree with that? If you eat death, you're a product of death, right? Okay. Then you converse with a bunch of people that are eating death. So you're just conversing with the dead now, right? And in this time that you live with the dead, you reproduce ideas and expand the world. But you can only vibrate so high that you can only vibrate as high as what you are. And if you are what you eat, then the cow that you consumed, the pig that you consumed, the chicken that you consumed, it just set your frequency that you're vibrating on. Right? You're the most intellectual beings on the planet, right? But you choose to vibrate on the lower frequencies. You choose to vibrate on the frequency of a cow. You choose to vibrate on the frequency of animals that aren't like you, that aren't as smart as you. See, if everything's in tune with itself, you are actually that animal that is locked in a cage, tortured, chopped up, killed, chopped up, and reproduced for the world. So, once again, point being, if you are the death, reproducing death, the only people that can see what's going on are the people who have adjusted their ability to understand. You can't download the world on the correct frequency if your body is not capable of understanding the knowledge, and your body can only be primed to understand the knowledge if you're eating the right things. Now, is this because of drugs? Well, school doesn't give you the level of ability to think energetically. You do the drugs. You go do the drugs to energetically experience the world. High energy, no fucks. How you would think. Exactly how you think, but freely. And coming back from that world, see, I'm still in there. I'm still, like, I did acid. I've done acid 10 times, but I did it all this year, 2018. First time I did it was 2018. And it was in, like, I don't know, I think it might have been December. I've done it at least 5 or 6 times this year. So, and I microdosed. So it was just, like, in my consciousness for, like, a month straight or 2 months straight or something like that. And I'm still detoxing. That shit gets in there. And most people aren't. I've noticed when I started meditating and when I started taking cold showers and when I really just wanted to get in tune, I don't take showers anymore. I don't fucking put fluoride in my body. I don't absorb. You go in the shower, you won't drink the tap water, but you sit in the shower and it fucking absorbs 600 times more than if you were to drink the water all day long. And people are talking, I can't fucking consume tap water. So I shower with Fiji water. And of course I'm moving towards getting to the tropics. I have a passport idea that I have to fill out and, you know, the fun stuff. So it's expanding our consciousness in this big realm of ideas that you have access to, but you can't jump into on command because you're locked and limited by the school system, by conventional thinking. See, I sat there, I lived there. Actually, I didn't. I couldn't stand it, so I left it a long time ago. A long, long, long time ago. I started moving towards leaving it, and you have to hinder your performance in that system to actually disconnect and realize it's not the right thing. Well, you might not have to, but that's what I had to do, and that's just how it worked out for me. So, if you want access into your greater consciousness, meditation was the first thing I started, or not the first thing I started, but the first thing, the conscious realm of, like, in the conscious realm of ideas. First thing I picked up and said, all right, I'm going to stick to this, I'm going to stick to this. Maybe cold showers too, cold showers are there. See, it's not the idea of cold showers, it's the idea of breathing and getting in tune with your breathing. Yoga. See, I don't want to say I'm in between if yoga's right or what's right, but yoga isn't might not be the move. Look at functional patterns. And they have videos talking about, it's like it's a real life thing that you'd have to go do, but it's structural integrity. And that's the only thing that matters, because your mind is your body, right? And if your mind's your body, then you're not really going to be able to understand your chemistry and your physical, your mental layout if your body's not in alignment. So I sleep on the floor. I sleep on the floor and I do stretches, right? But the point of yoga is to shut off the opposing muscle. Functional patterns tries to activate them in a way that keeps your body in alignment, right? So you can look it up and you can see what comes up for you. I'm still doing yoga because I don't know, man. We'll see. I got my own things to figure out. So mastering the body is a big piece of this. I started going to the gym. That was the first thing I did. I stopped going to the gym now because natural people, like natural beings, don't need to work out like that. There's literally a rat wheel in there for you. Like a hamster wheel. You just keep fucking running. You don't go anywhere, you just keep fucking running. You understand that? You keep running. You change your physical appearance, you change your actual appearance. But nothing changed mentally. You either got amplified or closed off because of your thoughts on the body. If you have time to go run, sprint, why would you not do it outside? In nature. Why would you need to lift weights? I don't see it. It's too conventional. It's actually putting strain on your bodies. Arnold, right, in his day, was bench pressing. Okay, ready? Arnold in his day was bench pressing. 10 years before Arnold, they were bench pressing. 10 years before that, they were bench pressing. Let's quickly just understand, how far has our science developed since then? So, there's a lot to learn about this world that information on the internet's not going to teach you. This is all experienced through yourself. Do you want to find the organic section of the internet? I start with Carbonation. I only really watch Carbonation TV. It's linked in the description. I run their Instagram, but it's because it's something I support. I messaged Nature Boy. I told him, see, I only fuck with nature now. And if you're not getting in tune with nature and you're not trying to understand self, because if you're all connected with it, this is the way to go to understand yourself. You live in life. You should be living in life. Right? This is the only form of life that isn't in tune with the clock. It's with its biological clock. It's not with that clock that you keep in your house. It's on its biological clock. So, I get in tune with this before I worry about anything else. I'm like people tearing. I'm fruit tearing. I eat fruits and I'm strict about the people I exchange energy with. Everything's sacred energy exchange, right? Everything's sex, sacred energy exchange. So, you know, it's not only the food you put in your mouth. It's not only the fucking drugs you put in your body. See, I talk about the drugs, right? The drugs just make you feel like a chemical fuck. Like, I just felt like a chemical fuck up. I think about the experiences now. I think I try to go back in my mind. It's just a chemical fuck up in your body. Or it's like a chemical mashup that makes you feel like a chemical fuck up because it brings attention to what you are. And acid was fun. I thought, like, cool, like, you can do acid. But when you're so in tune with this, when you're in tune with the earth, I'm not there. I'm documenting as I go. And I'm just speaking ideas as I go. See, you can go to my old channel and you can see where I started in my bed, just talking thoughts, and I knew I was going to go the right direction because I just started. See, I had no fucking idea. I dropped out of high school to be internet famous. I said, I'm just fucking starting. And look at that. It was the disconnect from the old world and the old ideas and getting into bigger ideas that brought me into a base of my thinking. That was so far, when I say ahead, I just mean so far into my own zone that I was the only one that could really comprehend my life path. Nobody can really fucking tell me what to do because nobody's lived my life. Nobody's been in my position. They can only build my position in their mind through what I'm giving them. So, when I say the system's based in nature, you could live out in nature. You don't have to be connected to the system to be provided for. I don't see, less than 0.01% of the population or life on Earth is human beings. And we're the only ones that work for our food. Sure, you don't care about that. Nobody fucking cares about that. Nobody actually wants to fucking understand something. You think that Canada, America, Mexico, these are like, you think these are like suitable places for us to live? I don't know too much about Mexico, but like, you think Canada and America are like suitable places for us to live? The UK are suitable places for us to just live and experience life? Do you think you're supposed to live through winter? Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? You gotta work. You know, there's places where fruit grows abundantly on trees. Your food actually grows on trees. The food that you want to eat grows on fucking trees. Oh. Okay. So if you bought a tent, just one fucking tent, and you moved out to Costa Rica, you think you wouldn't be okay? The fucking rainwater, the creek water actually gives you food and water. Wow, oh my god. Think you couldn't muster up something to fucking get yourself some internet? Just something to get yourself some fucking internet with your phone that you have right now? I don't know, you'd eat naturally, you'd be in tune with the fucking world, you'd be close to the equator so you can understand the sun. Take a solar charger. That world, I'm pretty sure Costa Rica's powered on solar power. Like, it's like solar powered. See, this world is actually insane. The world has gone mad. The world is fucking far past mad. There's no explanation in ideas. I tell you what I think. If you have questions, go ahead and ask them, and I give you answers. I give you what I have. This world, it's quite apparent that when you speak an idea that's not accepted, not understandable, it's anger. It's emotion produced. There's a lot of bullshit that you're gonna get before you get a solid fucking answer. Your friends are gonna do that, your family's gonna do that, everybody around you's gonna do that. It's the world you come from. I can only go on so much about these ideas. See, understanding is an application. So you can watch videos about drugs all day long, or you can watch videos about whatever all day long. Until you come to understand that you can't be woke, you can't be awoken, like awakened, until you spend time outside. I thought I was fucking sick. Like, I thought I was absolutely so smart because I knew how to make money on the internet. I could do all this crazy shit. I could play video games all day and not have to work and just play video games. And, you know, regardless of how other people felt or like what the fuck I was doing, I could just be fucking great and live my life. As I started to connect with my truth, I realized very quickly that all of this information's kind of fucking garbage. Nothing. Useless. Useless. Just fucking useless. Why would I want to feed a system with taxes? If I made money, I take the taxes and I feed the system that I don't agree with. Why the fuck would I do that? Why the fuck would I even participate in the game? Doesn't make sense. No, of course. You have to make sacrifices. That's what the world's about. The game's chess, not checkers. Right? You have to sacrifice. All the time. But if you sacrifice one piece for the victory, how do you feel then? Drugs are just fucking, I don't even want to say they're a tool anymore. They're a hindrance. They're a blockage in your path. I used to smoke weed all the time. I thought it was fucking dope. I smoked a weed. Right? I'd smoke a bowl and I'd put my log down, play a match of the game. Once that initial fucking high has come down, smoke another bowl, be out of the fucking world, play the game, be so retarded and lost in the game, smoke another bowl just to fucking see if I'll get any better, put the shit down, be so fucking in tune and focused with the game, like, yo, what the fuck, I'm on some shit. Come down and be like, oh, what the fuck did I just do to myself? You vibrate on a lower frequency when you do the drug. I said in the last video, you vibrate lower, on a lower frequency when you do that drug. You come back down from your high to experience and understand what your body is now. And you realize, oh, I shouldn't have fucking done that. People don't feel hangovers from weed, right? I just feel fucking stupid. People say, no, I feel good, I just feel smart. You just vibrated lower. You literally just vibrated. You just consumed something that makes you vibrate lower. That maybe just baselines you up. Doesn't baseline me out. It actually brings me down. Only reason weed would make you feel okay or like smart or like okay, whatever, because your baseline energy and your baseline thinking is on a similar frequency to that drug. And people around you probably do the same drug or do other drugs or smoke cigarettes or like, you know, just something that brings your frequency down. Drink a lot of milk. You attract the frequency that you are, so, or you become the frequency that you're with. The world is so much more than what everyone's taught. There's an experience much greater than what everyone's taught. You are actually taught to be nothing. You are taught to be a battery. Now, if there was some wind going on there, you are taught to be a battery. Think about it. I told my mom the situation of how you buy your house from the bank, then you go work for the bank to pay the bank your money that you just made from the bank for the house that you live in from the bank. You buy your car, right? You put insurance on it from the bank. You take your money from the bank, which is your job, and pay it back to the bank. And she said, oh, that's the circle that makes life work. Hello? You're a battery. They feed you genetically modified food so that you can't comprehend what life really is. You can't perform. People say, okay, let's do it like this. Cut out all the good stuff that you eat in your food, eat shit. Do you think you'll be able to comprehend the same level of fucking understanding? Complete just shit, like fucking, like a pizza a day. No, 2 pizzas a day. And just some cheesy fucking infested garbage, like, shit, that's pizza, okay. Just shit. Just, you know what your shit is, like fucking, just your garbage, okay? Like your version of what garbage is, okay? And you consume this garbage all day long. You think you're gonna be operating in the same state of mind that you're in right now? Okay, so let's say you switched over to primarily clean foods. We'll just say all fruits. All fruits, just because humans are supposed to live on fruits, right? That's what grows on trees in the natural environment for human beings. So, okay, clearly you're supposed to eat fruit. Okay, so let's say you live off of fruit, and this isn't pure water. This isn't the cleanest water you can get. I'm saying creek water from Costa Rica, where the water isn't infested with chemical trails, right? Chemtrails, with chemicals. Let's say you consume fruit in the water. You think you're gonna think differently? When you do it this way, you're going to understand your DNA. You're going to reactivate your DNA. You live out in the sun. Not live, but like you spend time out in the sun, the natural sun, the sun that is the equator, so that the sun can actually get to you. See, this sun is actually, North American sun is blocked by chemtrails. They actually want you to experience less of the sun. So they spray chemicals above you. It comes down in your rainwater, those chemicals, you see the water in the grass, you walk in the grass. Rain comes down, hits you, oh, look at that, you're fucking infested with chemicals now. See? Thing is, when you're so mutated, when you're completely mutated by what the world has done, because it is a system, it is a plan to kind of dumb you down so that you can only operate in their walls. If you're mutated into their system, right, mentally and then physically, because just all in one way, because they've set you up an environment so that you only operate on their walls, you eat GMO foods, it's gonna be harder for someone who's natural to get through to you. Chemical trails are gonna block your thinking. The fluoride in your water decalcifies your pineal gland, kind of just fucks up your body. What happens when you drink chlorine or you consume chlorine? You can look up like videos of what happens to like fruits when you put chlorine on it, or chlorine on life, and it kind of just strips it of its melanin in life. Have you noticed how beings spawn in lighter now? Lighter than before. Like black isn't as black as it was. Dark isn't as dark as it was, because the natural human life has to adapt to what's coming out. The mother is going to give the child information from its environment on what color it should come out, right? And if it realizes that it's not going to be able to produce, it can't produce this level of melanin, then it's going to have to dull its color. It's going to have to dull its life. If it realizes, oh, the fuck, this world's getting hit by chlorine? Fuck, I can't do anything. I just kind of have to sit here and let it fuck me. Should I grow my hair out now? all of it. Just, point is, hair is an extension of your nervous system. Your hair is alive. Your hair has life to it. They say your hair is dead, blah, 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 and makes it shine if you put some fucking chemicals in it. Cool, your hair isn't natural. Your hair doesn't get its right understanding. You sit out in the sun, right? If I sit out in the sun, my hair absorbs the sun. My hair understands the sun. Yeah, I used to feel so fucking woke and such a great level of understanding. I had nothing. I literally had fucking nothing going on. Your information means nothing if it's not applied. You go to the gym, I went to the gym and I ate some fucking regular food, just some, it was, of course, getting back in tune with this. I was moving towards this. But I felt like I was on some shit. I probably feel like I'm on some shit right now, but I'm not. I can't be. There's nothing fucking, I'm just detoxing from that world to re-understand myself. See, it is a piece of the journey, but you have to recognize when you're not doing something valuable. It is about application primarily. You have to apply the information that you have now before you want to go fucking download more. Come to understand your world, this world, the world. What are you understanding? You cannot be understanding something if you're not spending time out in nature. If you're not sitting in the sun and spending time in the sun, absorbing the melanin. Listen, when you absorb the sun, like when you're producing melanin, when you're sitting in the sun, you're amplifying your knowledge. You're amplifying what you are, right? Everything in here needs sun to be amplified. Everything's amplified by the sun. Same goes for you. Sit out in the sun, you get amplified by it. 6 months later, you find out, oh shit, I was ignorant as fuck because, well, I couldn't see my level of ignorance. I couldn't see how fucking dumb I was. I couldn't see that my knowledge was kind of just empty and I was only fucking there performing an emotion and building up some words to look pretty. I wasn't doing anything of use. I was actually just bringing my emotion out to the fucking surface. I was text that made it look somewhat intelligent, right? Somewhat cool, right? But it was really just my emotion in a box. And bam, now if someone can't fight my emotion in the box because it's so well constructed that there's no holes in it. No fucking holes for these people to poke at. And I'm like successful in that system. What? I don't know. I just feel like we don't have access to our brains. You don't have access to life. You don't have access to an understanding. If I gotta change my words from I don't know to I'm understanding, or like I'm developing, and the idea is developing. You don't have access to your mind if you're not in life, if you're not experiencing life. And that's just facts, and I'm just gonna leave it there. So, you know what it is, and you know how it is. Social media, the only Instagram I use, my Instagram and Carbonation Instagram in the description. Yeah. Previous channel if you wanted to see where my journey started, where I made the dropping out of high school for internet fame video. Which is just a seed, just a start, it's just a fucking label, it's just an idea, a base. It's a building that goes on behind it. Peace reflections. I love myself. I'll tell you why we say that, because when I say I love myself, in your mind you hear it first part. You hear I love myself. There you go. Peace.